I challenged myself to meditate every day for a month. This is how I changed my life in 30 days. Or more accurately, how I failed to do so. If you don't know, when I turned 34 in May, I challenged myself to take on 12 new habits in a year, one a month. The goal is to drastically improve my life by the time I turn 35. I started last month by waking up earlier. I will link to that video below, but for this month I was meditating. And I really didn't get on well with this one at all. I did meditate most days, 28 out of the 30. For one of those, I just completely forgot. The day slipped away from me. And for the other one, well, I was just in a rage with the universe that day. But when I did do it, I just didn't enjoy it. And I think that might be down to a few different factors. So I want to share those with you so that you are better equipped if you are planning on trying meditation too. The first thing I'll say is don't feel silly. I know meditation has this kind of image of, you know, like Tibetan monks atop mountains and limber-legged yogis, but it really does not have to be that way. Just sit comfortably. I mostly meditate just sitting in my office chair. You know, you don't have to close your eyes, you don't have to hold your hands a certain way, you don't have to say, Just sit and try and focus on one thing. Try and focus on your breathing, or focus on the sounds that you're hearing, or on a happy memory. If you get distracted, that is fine. It happens. It happens a million times a minute. What's important is that you realize that you're doing it, and then you just think, okay, that's great. Now back to what I was focusing on beforehand. Honestly, if you are not getting distracted, then I don't know, you're just some type of robot or something. So don't think that you are doing it wrong. The next thing you might be wondering is, when is the best time to do it? This is where I really struggled. If you find that meditation is just not working for you, try and change the time of day that you're doing it. So think, you know, when do you tend to feel the most frazzled? Or when do you need a little bit of a boost? When do you need to increase your focus and your concentration? Or if, like so many people I speak to, you find that you get really sleepy, meditate before bed. But if you really want to use meditation to help yourself get super focused and to gear yourself up for a great work day, then here is a little trick that I use that has helped me. Imagine something like a stadium or a big arena in your head, and imagine it full of fans, packed to capacity, but they are all silent. Focus for a few seconds on how quiet it is. Then gradually start to hear fans whispering, you know, let the sound build up until you hear murmuring, and over the course of a few minutes, just let it build up and up and up until the sound is deafening and the whole stadium is cheering you on. That one rarely fails for me. Now, I don't think morning meditation is for me, not right now at least. Thanks to last month's challenge, I now wake up a little bit before my daughter, so I have a few moments of blissful peace and quiet all to myself, and I want to use that time to get stuff done, you know, to work ahead, to get a jump start on the day. Trying to meditate during that time just makes me feel antsy, you know, anxious, and I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that's not how meditation is supposed to be. Now, I did try to switch to evening meditation, but I found that that just really didn't work for me either. In the evenings, I try to wind down at about 8:30 by sitting down and doing some reading. Meditation just felt like it was cutting into my downtime, and I know that sounds ridiculous because meditation itself is supposed to be downtime, but I just found that it was detracting from things I would rather be doing. So when can I meditate then, or when should I meditate? Interestingly, I found that when I was traveling, I meditated in the airport, and I found that so much more helpful, so much more beneficial. I think, one, because there wasn't much else to do in the airport. I was traveling alone, and I can't really get any work done in that type of environment. And I also knew that because I had a long flight ahead of me, I was going to get loads of reading done on it. So I didn't feel that the meditation was detracting from anything else. You know, I didn't feel that I was missing out on anything by meditating. And then two, I am not a great flyer. The thoughts of getting on a plane do not fill me with joy. But meditating really helped me to calm down and relax. So if you are struggling with meditation, try and change when you're doing it. Another thing that can really help is a guided meditation. I find these particularly helpful because you're actually listening to a sound or to someone's voice. It gives you something to concentrate on. When you're focusing on listening to something, it's less likely that you will become distracted by something else. I have tried 2 different apps for this, Headspace and Aware. Both of them are great. They're very similar. They both have freemium versions. I do prefer the look of the Headspace app. I just think it's designed a lot better. But I prefer the sound of the guy's voice in the Aware app. So that is the one that I use. As for how long you should meditate, I really think it depends. If you're just starting out, maybe don't dive straight into a 20-minute session. I have meditated on and off for a few years now, so I have a little bit of experience with it, and I find that I normally tend to meditate between 10 and 15 minutes. I don't set a timer or anything. I just sit there until I feel calmer, until I feel ready. If you have never done it before, don't try and force it. Just sit there and relax. Like I said earlier, you will get distracted, but that doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong or you're not any good at it or that you should stop doing it. But try and gauge yourself when you feel done, when you feel that you're ready. So maybe, like me, it's when you start to feel calm and collected. Or maybe you feel yourself getting more and more anxious. Stop when you feel that it is right to stop, and then just pick it back up the next day. If your first few sessions only last for a minute or 2, so be it. It's like anything else, it just takes some practice. You know, you wouldn't get up one day and just go out and run a marathon, or if you did, you would sorely regret it. So, you know, start slowly, ease yourself into it. So why didn't it work for me? I'm not entirely sure, but I think it might be because I already work really hard on simplifying my life, and because I love what I do and I really enjoy reading a lot, I don't think that I need to meditate on a daily basis. You know, in my day-to-day life, I'm not sure that I need to feel any calmer than I already feel. So I'm actually not going to be keeping up with this habit. I will still meditate at times that I feel particularly frazzled. We are literally in the middle of moving as I am recording this, so I may be meditating a lot in the coming days. But on a kind of normal day-to-day basis, I just don't feel that it is incredibly beneficial for me right now. I never thought I would say that. The whole idea of this challenge was to adopt lots of new positive habits, and I just assumed that all of them would be positive and would change my life in some kind of fundamental way. And getting up earlier has certainly done that, but I never thought that I would actively reject or dismiss one of these habits, but here we are. It has been good though to realize that overall I do feel calm and content in my life. That's not something that I fully realized before. In recent months, I have been noticing more and more how happy I am and how many things I have to be thankful for. And the strange thing about that is that I feel guilty saying that I'm happy, because I just know that so many people aren't. And so when I say that I'm happy, it feels so unnatural to me. It feels like I'm bragging. But I am happy, I am content, and I don't feel the need to find calm on a daily basis because I am calm. Now, like I said, I will definitely still be meditating at times when I am feeling a little bit stressed out. I do find it very helpful in those situations. But day to day, It is right now a little bit more distracting and annoying than I would like. So I think for me, nightly reading is my meditation. I don't know though, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you ever feel guilty when you're happy, or do you meditate? How do you find it? Do you struggle with it? Do you have any tips for me? Let me know. For the next challenge then, I am committing to exercising every day for 30 days. This is going to be a tough one. Now, I'm not talking about like hour-long gym sessions or anything, but just starting small and simple, doing little things every day to get me back into the habit of moving my body on a daily basis. So each day I will be doing something small, and I'm going to try and mix it up a little. So, you know, one day I might do some jumping jacks, the next I might do some lunges or some squats, I might do some push-ups, I might go for a walk, just anything that goes above and beyond my normal activity. If you want to join me, great! There is a dedicated Facebook page. I will link that below, but you can get started with any challenge. Just pick something small that you want to get into the habit of doing and then commit to doing it for the next month. That is how you change your life in 30 days. If last month's video about getting up earlier is something that interests you, then check out my video on that topic. I have loads of tips in it for how I successfully managed to adopt that habit, as well as just a general explanation of what the series is all about. Until next time, Carav Míle Maith agaibh, agus feicim mé sibh se go luath. Slán!